Yo, Joe here, Profit First Reseller. We're back. I'm gonna get some stuff listed this morning. So here's the deal. I'm basically coming out of like a 2-week sinus infection. I haven't listed anything to my store in about 2 weeks. Partly because I've been working in the background on all of my Wii remote and nunchucks, but I've been doing that really slowly and I haven't been doing much of anything else besides packing orders because I've been under the weather. And so my sales have dropped a lot. Yesterday we did $379 for the day, and that's one of our slowest days in a really long time. And just to pay the bills, on average, my wife and I, we have to be doing at least 500. And I think that was just the last time we calculated. That was over a year ago, so it may be even higher now. It probably is, just with the cost of living. So we need over $500 a day in sales just to be able to pay the bills for our life. I'm not stressed about it or anything. Like, of course, we got savings. Like, we got money in the bank. I could be sick for a long time and we'd be fine, right? But not forever. And in any case, I'm feeling better, and so I'm not feeling the pressure of the sales. I've given myself. We've kept our expenses as low as possible, and we've continued to earn more than we need, and so we're fine. So I'm gonna let myself recover. But now I'm finally feeling better. We're going to be going into a long weekend of having fun and stuff, but I thought I'd get some items listed this morning here. And just kind of talk about, I guess, that is a little bit about a little bit of the dark side of having a super high sell-through rate store like I do, is if you stop listing items, your store dies. Like everything that's left in my store is like the stuff that I'm not really listing anymore because it does take so long to list. And so I do have, 1,000 to 1,500 different items still in my store that will continue to produce, as I've seen, a few $100s of sales per day. But if you really want to have a high sell-through rate store, then your store is going to sell itself out really quickly. And it's going to turn itself into money, which you can then use to buy inventory with some of it and save the rest of it if you do it right. And that's what we've been doing for a long time, is just saving a good amount of that money, so that when things do slow down, you just recognize that that is part of doing business, especially having a small business. Thankfully, that's something my wife and I have gotten used to, owning our own small business for, I don't even know, 12 years together at this point. Like you learn that like nothing is consistent, but what can be consistent is, emergency savings accounts and having plenty of money, saved up to be able to handle these kind of slow times or the tougher times. So right now I'm actually just grabbing, this is all stuff I've made a few drafts over the last couple of weeks. I'm just gonna go ahead and list those real quick, and then we'll get started on actually getting some work done here. But I know I've got this WeMotion Plus Toad controller. My wife did everything except the photos on this one, so she helped process it, clean it. This one's so rare, the Toad Special Edition WeMotion Plus controller for Wii. It's so pretty with the blue and the yellow, and then the really rare, solid, like opaque white silicone cover. It's got its own strap with the white and red that is unique just to this particular controller. So this is one of my favorite Wii controllers, actually. And what are we doing? We're listing this one for $59.99. So let's go and do that right now. Get the ball rolling. So I just kind of wanted to talk about the dark side of what often it is talked about, and in general I do believe is a good thing in your eBay store, is high sell-through rate. But that means you're not building a passive income stream. You're building a machine that can process inventory quickly. And I've learned, actually, that's what I want. I'm not afraid of an empty store. I'm not afraid of my sales going down. That means I already sold all the good stuff, but I still have a bunch of good stuff I haven't listed yet. That to me is a good sign that that the store is responding to my input, that the output is matching the input that I'm putting into it. That's a good feeling for me. So we're up to 60 listed value with this little guy. And actually I can just throw this right into E9, which is the bin right here behind me. That'll be easy. So I just need to change the custom SKU to E9. Ooh, phone's being slow, or eBay app's being slow, I'm not sure. I always feel like I beat it when the phone starts slowing down, but I haven't even had an opportunity to list enough items to really make it slow down. All right, I also had found this phone, and I had just spent some time tinkering while I was sick this last week. It's a Xiaomi Poco phone F1, but just like a lot of these Android phones, usually you have to just turn them off and then turn it on and then simultaneously hold down the power button and then either the volume up or the volume down. Sometimes you have to try which one. And that should boot it into some kind of a recovery mode. And from there, you can usually choose factory reset. And that's going to remove all the data from the previous owner and get it ready for the next person. So I'm actually going to take a picture with this nice little clear case separated so the customer can see that they're different here. And then I'm going to grab the USB-C cable from my bin over here. I buy these USB-C cables from Amazon, but from a really particular brand. I link to them in the description of my videos. This is just your standard USB-C to USB-A cable. And I really like, you know, you can tell in a good quality cable, the rubber is just a little bit more supple. It's less plasticky and it's more kind of soft and malleable. These are really high quality cables, you can tell. I end up paying about $1 each for these, but I find it worth it. You can get them cheaper, maybe like 50 cents each on AliExpress, but you know, since this becomes part of the product that I'm selling to the customer, I haven't found a cheaper cable that works as well as this one. It's from a brand called Smays, S-M-A-Y-S on Amazon. And again, that is linked below. This is the USB-C cable. So I'm going to be including this in this listing here. So I'm just going to finish off the listing, condition used. I'm going to also put it into this bin behind me, E9. I think I want it to go $99.99 from my memory here, since it is the higher gigabyte model from memory. I think this was the 128 gig. I definitely made sure. A little pro tip, you know, if you get a used phone like this, check all the specs first if you can log in before you factory reset it, because sometimes, you know, you often need to check the exact model of the phone and then how many gigabytes of storage it has. But if you factory reset it first, you're not able to access that until often you're going to have to like sign in with an account and go through all this stuff and then get that information and then just factory reset it again. So that's a little pro tip I've learned over time, is just get the information first. Factory reset is the very last step here. All right, little AI description, $99.99. The color is gray, actually. Whoops. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to regenerate that description here. And I think we should be good to go. Got the case, got the phone. Okay, phone is on. That's at the choose language screen, which I think is a good indicator to the customer that it is ready to be set up. I just got to take some pictures. This is the easy part. All right, here we go. Make sure I get all angles, and I might want to try to get a picture with the screen off, just so I can show that the screen really almost has no scratches at all. It's in great shape. And I'll show it with the case on. All right, cool. Done. These will go in a Ziploc just to make sure the USB cable doesn't get separated. And then together they're just gonna get thrown into this bin. All right, awesome. This is easy. Now I can just add a 1 to this. Now we're at 160 in listing value. I'm listing this for exactly 100. Of course, I'll take offers. I'm always taking offers. But this is at least listed value, not including shipping cost. I also got these 2 Samsung smartwatches in the bottom of a bin. Over the last couple weeks, as I was just kind of laying around being sick, I ordered the chargers off Amazon and they both are working great. I got an error. Yeah, I thought this might happen. If you say that you are including the case or the cable in the description, sometimes eBay doesn't like that for some reason. So I'm just going to change it to tested works, but it's very clear in the photo that it includes the case and the cable, and that'll be good enough. See if that accepts, if it accepts that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So it's 160 of listed value so far. There are these 2 watches, and I gotta make sure I'm getting the right one, but I think the model number was on the back here. R865U. R865U, perfect. Okay, cool. Let's see if this thing will turn on or if it's dead. If these are dead again, if just died sitting here for the last few days, then I'll probably want to charge them up so I can show that they're working in the photos. So might have to take a pause on these and get these charging again. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, they just need to be charged, unfortunately. So I'll be doing that for at least the next few minutes. Maybe they'll pop up here and come to life. Okay, good. They're both charging. I cannot recommend enough a USB charging brick that has a little display output that shows how fast and if each port is charging or not. So I have one that has like 8 different ports, and on the screen it just has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you plug something in and it starts charging, it'll tell you that it's charging and how quickly. So sometimes when you plug something in, you're not sure if there's any electricity flowing or not. So getting any kind of a thing with a power meter. This thing does the same in the more mobile format, where one of these anchor chargers, once you plug something into one of these ports, it'll tell you exactly which port is on and how quickly it's charging. So it just gives you an idea of a device is coming to life. Sometimes with these electronics, when they die, you first plug them in, the screen doesn't come on right away. With these more modern phones and watches, they need to get a little bit of power just to get enough oomph to start up that startup process. So it's nice to have a little reassurance for both of those. Immediately when I plugged them in, nothing happened on the screen, but I checked the screen on my charger and it said 0.2 amps. It went from 0 up to 0.2, which is a slow charging rate, but normal for a small watch with a tiny little battery like that. So I'm gonna close that draft again. We'll get to that later. This is just an extra white noise machine we had in the house. So I just listed this, and it's been like sitting around our kitchen for weeks, but I finally brought it up here by the photo box. Let's get this thing listed. Oh, looks like the color is wrong. It's a black, not a white one. So I'm gonna have to change that. Let's see, the color is correct there, but I'm gonna have to regenerate. Oh, it doesn't even have an option for an AI. Sometimes different categories don't allow you to do the AI description. I'm not sure why. This is the best white noise machine. This brand, Electrofan. I have their mobile, like USB-C chargeable white noise machines for travel, and then these larger ones for home are just, they make a really, for me, a really pleasing, I don't know, a pleasing white noise sound for sleeping. I appreciate it. Let's see if it'll fit in this one here. It's gonna be a close fit. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna go up one side on the bag. Going into E9 as well. This is going to be listed for $20, $19.99 plus shipping. Make sure the custom SKU is going to remind me what bin this is in. All right, awesome. So we know at 180. Not bad. All right, I think that's all with the easy stuff that I'd already drafted, though. That does make it seem so easy. But now I'm just going to have to start pulling stuff out of here, and this is a box full of randomness. Not a lot of great stuff already. I mean, okay, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Okay, Black Ops 2 is the good one. Okay, this disc is actually looking completely perfect. I'm gonna see if I have that in my drafts already. Or in my active listings here. Black Ops. So I have barely any drafts. Oh, I actually already have a listing for Black Ops 2 Complete Xbox 360, but it's not sold out yet, and it's about to renew in 3 hours and 57 minutes right here in the middle. So that tells me it's been listed for about a month and no one bought it. So I'm going to end this one, sell similar, increase the quantity to 2, but that just tells me the price is wrong. So I'm gonna lower that price by $2 and we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna get a fresh listing into the store here. I'm gonna add the second quantity to this listing. So I'm going to keep the old photos, that's fine. Quantity is now 2. I have a second one because there's already one in my store, but I'm going to reduce that price. Yeah, I'm still going to try it for $17.99 because I think I've gotten $19.99 before for the other one, but you know, the market chain fluctuates, so I'll bring it down by $2. Get a little fresh listing there into the algorithm, and I'm going to count that as $18 of new inventory listed to my store, right? Like I price corrected the existing one, but then I also added one more at $18. And that goes into my video games pile of stuff, but hopefully will sell quick. I try to price my video games to sell. So I got to add 18, which is a 198 over here. 198, all right, not bad. Listed value so far for the morning. I haven't even eaten breakfast. I think my stomach's starting to growl. I made breakfast and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go list some items and then I'll eat breakfast. Sometimes I think subconsciously kind of set up rewards for myself like that. Now here I am making a video and then I'll eat breakfast. I stacked the stuff I'm doing first. All right, this is an Amazon smart plug. It looks legit and it's got a UPC code I can scan. Gotta love that. Show me the comps. So we're gonna go to solds. Looks like it's not worth a lot, but it's here in my hand. And it is new. Yeah, new. Yeah, new inbox sealed. Yeah, let's do it. That one sold for $9.99 plus $4.99 shipping. I charge $6.99 shipping as my starting price. And I want this thing to move. Sometimes, these just become obsolete. There's newer models that are smaller, more compact. So there's no need to necessarily keep buying these older pieces of tech like this. I don't think a lot of people are gonna have nostalgia for something like that. So I'm gonna price it down at $6.99 and just get it out of my life. Condition, it said use. I mean, it's fully sealed and it's got the little pull tab tape there. That's definitely legit Amazon. We're going new on this one. I don't usually like to list stuff as new, but this is for sure. New inbox. Okay. At least, I always try to get at least 6 photos. That's just my minimum I've decided to go for. Even if it seems redundant, I just keep rotating the item until I get enough photos. All right, so $6.99, and it needs to go into SKU E9. And I think that's listed. All right, that's cool. Now it puts us at 205. That's a nice round number. If we add 7, it's a 198. 205. Man, I have horrible handwriting. That 5 needs some work. My kids are so freaked out by this. I don't know why this ended up in my bulk bin. This is a Five Nights at Freddy's book. So we're gonna scan this real quick and see if this is a sell or a donate. Let's see, yeah, free shipping, $3.75. Donate, see ya. Next item. This is just a Wii disc. I will keep this disc, set it aside for a bulk lot of Wii discs. I will keep this case, because this is a really nice Wii case, genuine, that I can use as a replacement. And I'm going to recycle these, because I don't think anybody really... Zumba, of all the Wii games, Zumba. Unfortunately, nobody... I don't think there's a lot of active players of Zumba these days. I think I thought that this was sealed, but it's not. It does have... Yeah, this is definitely used. It was just repacked in here. So I'll have to retest this Wii remote, just get it back into my system. So that'll be over there. This is recycling. This is... Oh my God. Okay, look at this. You're like, boy, you know. Boom! Wii Sports. Incredible. Incredible. I am floored. Okay, it's gonna need a resurfacing. It's got some just very mild surface scratches, but it's not that mirror finish I like. So let's do this. Let's get this thing fired up. This thing's definitely selling over the weekend if I get it listed. So I've got this Elm Eco Pro 2. And actually I might as well take this camera with me. You should be able to see if I just do this. So here's the little machine. So I'm gonna flick it on. It's gonna beep. And so what I do is I take one of these microfiber cloths and I kind of lay it over the top. Move my battery charger out of the way. Because all these drippers in here, I need to prime the pumps so that because it really only takes 1 or 2 drops of water and of this like polishing compound to actually resurface these discs. But you want to make sure that that compound is right there at the tip of these droppers and ready to go so that it doesn't accidentally miss putting it on your disc. So first we do the water pump, and as soon as I start seeing the water come out of both droppers, then I will Yeah, it took a while for that second one. I have not resurfaced in a while. That was way longer than usual, and there's a few air bubbles still in there. I'm seeing a couple air bubbles inside here. Wow. Yeah, that one's just dripping every time. This one, still some air bubbles. What is, are we out of water? No. I think we just, there we go. See, now with each click, a drop is coming out. That took forever. Man, I'm glad I'm taking you along with the ride with me. It's been a couple of weeks. I really have not been listening in a while. I think that might have been the longest this device has been not used in quite a while. So that was the first button combination. Now I do the second button combination. And this is going to get the compound out. There we go. Now the compound is coming out of both. I'm also going to put some fresh pads in. I just usually keep the fresh ones drying right here on top of my printer. And I can see there's a little bit of that white residue here. So I'm going to rip those off and put them in my to clean pile. Pop some fresh pads on there. So that's the process you only have to do once in the very beginning of the day. Now it is as simple as just putting the disc inside and closing the lid, and it'll just run its whole little process. So yeah, pretty cool. And soon we will have a Wii Sports in like new condition. So same thing with this one. Wii Play is a super low demand disc. So I'm going to recycle just the insert in the manual here and save the case for improving the quality of another one. This one is a nunchuck that'll go with my Wii stuff. Okay, not bad. Hey, surprise Wii Sports is always going to put me in a good mood. This is just a generic memory card. I have a bin literally for generic memory cards, and I'll just sell a bunch of them at once. This is a GameCube one. And then this is a Game Boy Advance game case. Holds 3 games. It's a genuine Nintendo, so that's worth keeping. I also have a small bin over here of just game cases. So I'll put that in there when the time comes. And Wii Sports looking completely perfect. Pretty great. Oh. That case fell apart. I'm just grabbing a replacement case here. I just kind of put generic cases here. I have to go grab some more, so let me pause this here and I'll be back in a sec. Hello. You want to say hi?
Hi.
I had a visitor. He wanted to say hi to YouTube.
You
Yeah, leave it?
about the energy.
It's not out of energy? Yeah, see the battery? It's still good.
So that.
All right, well, do you want to go play and I'll do a little more video about eBay? Okay, yeah, you look so funny. Okay, go play in the playroom and close the door on the way out, okay? Thank you, buddy. Gosh, so many of these cases are broken. Come out of here. Let me see here. This one, good. All right, so we got a Wii Sports. Gotta love that. So I'll get that listed here real quick. All right, Wii Sports. Yeah, 26. I've been slowly creeping up this price on this Wii Sports listing as I just continue to build sold, you know, on this particular listing. I just keep re-upping the quantity, and I have a bunch sold on my store. And that kind of builds that customer trust. And so, all right, here we go. So that's 27 bucks added to the store, just like that. Not bad. Try to fix my mic here. Cool. Okay, so 27 plus 5 is 32. Dude, 32. It's been a productive little session. Again, I think most of this stuff hopefully will sell over the weekend here. Got a Lego Dimensions portal. And it looks like, yeah, this spot right here always breaks and starts to expose the wire. But right now, it's still in good condition. Has not broken yet. It's just a matter of time on these Dimensions portals. But this one's still good, so I get to sell it in good condition on eBay. So with these, I always have to look up the model number because there's a few that look exactly the same for different systems. So I'm just going to type in the model number into my actives here. It is 300006148 Okay, love to see that. It exists on my store, but with quantity 0. So all I need to do is update the SKU to reflect that I'm putting it into bin E9 right now. where it used to be in bin E5. And then I just need to up the quantity to 1. We're good to go. Boom. $8 more. Let's do the store. So that brings us up to a nice even 240. All right. Let's see what we got in here. What the heck is this? This looks like it's got a Fitbit receiver. This is like for like syncing your Fitbit watch, but it's plugged into like a no-name photo screen. Like like you put an SD card in the back and it just cycles your photos. It's actually kind of big and has a relatively thin bezel, so I'm gonna keep this. This will be a project for later on. See if I can find a 5-volt power supply that'll power this. So that'll be a project for later. This one will go into my Fitbit accessories if I do need to test. Actually, might as well check the model number and make sure that this one isn't worth selling on its own. I have the model number right here, FB150. That's all it takes. Yeah, the dongle, yeah, there we go, 99 cents plus $4 delivery. Nobody's bought it yet, so not enough demand to sell, but I'll probably hold on to this. This is something that I sell in a lot of 4, and I currently have I had 3, so now I have 4. So I think, yep. Now I have 4 of these switch grips. I just thought it would make sense to sell them as a bundle of 4 for 4 players. And it has been selling. I sell it for, I don't know, 15 bucks or so. We'll see in a second here. What I need to do is search my store for switch grip. See if it's sold out or not. All right, now I currently have 5 listed in my store. How many sold comps do I have on this listing? Okay, so here's the math I'm doing in my head right now. I have 11 sold on this listing, which is really good, but the price is definitely wrong. So I don't want to end and sell similar because I'll lose those 11 solds. But what I do want to do is change that price. I'm going to bring that down to $14.99. If I already have 5 of these and they're not selling that quick, I'm going to bring it down to $14.99 price, but I'm not going to end and sell similar. We'll just let the new views accumulate. I'm going to bring the inventory up to 6 because I got one more 4-pack right here. So I'll put all 4 of these into a Ziploc. The Ziploc will get labeled with a Sharpie where it's going to need to go. C7 is downstairs in the garage, so I'm just going to write C7 and make a pile of stuff that needs to go in the garage. And I think that's it. Add 15 bucks to our total here, puts us at $255. Nice round numbers so far, I appreciate it. Fives are getting better as far as handwriting quality. I'll take that. This is definitely a bread and butter item for our store. This is the Rock Band branded with a little emblem microphone. Oh, but this is the less popular one with a really fat little thing on the cable. There's 2 models, both from Logitech, and they both work pretty similarly, but this one's got a really fat little dongle attachment kind of in line in the cable, and the other one has a smaller one. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this cable, and we'll see if I have a listing for this. I'm just going to search Rock Band microphone in my store. I'll just do that with my voice, actually. Rock Band microphone. Pushed the wrong button. That's what I get for trying to get fancy. Rock Band microphone. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can find it. I haven't even fisted. Multitasking, it's not my strength. I just stick to one thing at once, I think. There we go, the Rock Band microphone. And see, I already have 4 in stock in C3 right now. So I don't think people like this one with I think it's an older model. So before I do that, do I have any sold? No, see, I've sold 0 of these at that price. So that ends now. So I'm gonna end it, sell similar. This one will be getting added to the mix. So keep the pictures. I'll be increasing the quantity by 1. So I got 1 more here. But I need to reduce that price. I'll reduce that to $7.99. So this is going into bin C3. So I'm just marking this C3. So we got a good price adjustment there. Should give that a little boost and a fresh listing in the store with the end and sell similar. So we're gonna list item there. That's an extra $8. Puts us at 263. Nice. I think I have just this scope actually as a listing in my store. This is the Cabela's. I think if I just search scope, it's going to come up. Let's see. Yeah. And again, I have 5 listed and none sold. So I'm going to end and sell similar. We're going to reprice that down to $7.99. And add this one to the mix. So this is a good opportunity both of adding inventory to our store while also repricing stuff. If it's not moving, for me, the price is wrong. I got to find that price that gets it moving in at least a few weeks. And if I've had enough time to accumulate 6 of these now, then they're definitely selling way too slow. So I'm gonna bring it down again $2 from $9.99 to $7.99. Increase the quantity. I got to make sure I label this with the SKU. Put it in my go backs pile. So this is F4. Boom. And that's another $8 listed to the store. And even more value overall kind of listed and refreshed, but obviously I'm just going to count the 8 here. So we're at 271. All right, what's next here? What the heck is this? This looks fancy. Windows mixed reality. Samsung HMD Odyssey. And I see a model number. Okay, good. I see a model number. I'm good to go. That's all I need. Pull out this cable. It's possible this cable is going to be valuable on its own. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that as I search this model number. And if the cable only is valuable as well, I'll just separate them. No, it looks pretty attached actually. All right, so I'm going to search this model number. Man, what the heck? XE800ZAA. XE800ZAA. Let's see. And I'm going to be looking for, 4 parts untested. I have no interest in testing this thing. Headset only. There we go. And they got $39.99 plus shipping. But again, this is going to be untested 4 parts. I'm trying to get this thing in and out of my life in about the next minute here. But I want this to be a project. I'm not installing some mixed reality software to get an extra $10 or $15 of value. I'm just going to get this thing out of my life. So I do want to wrap up the cable so it looks nice in the pictures. It does include the cable. Cable's in good condition too. So I think I'm going to go $10 under that listing that I just saw, but I'm also going to be listing in the 4 parts repair category because I am not guaranteeing that this thing works. It looks like it's in great condition. It probably does. So shipping for this one's going to be $9.99. And then I'm going to choose $29.99. So again, that's about $10 cheaper than that sold comp that I saw, but that was in the pre-owned category, and I'm going in the 4 parts category. All right, cool. It's got these AKG headphones built in. It seems nice. It's a really nice little headset. All right, so let's get this thing photoed up. $30. I don't like the way this cable looks with just the one. It's kind of like all falling apart. So I'm going to get a second twist tie on the other end of this cable so it looks nice for the photos here real quick. Boom. Okay, cool. Just make sure the cables are going to be visible as well. And just get a bunch of photos. Photos of HDMI and the USB. Of the inside of the eyepieces and the earpieces. The underside. I'm going to try to get that model number area too. Even though it's upside down, I can figure it out. Okay, E9. Done. All right, so it's another $30 of value listed to the store. Puts us at 301, right on. Wow, this has been way more productive than I was thinking so far. I didn't see a lot of value in this bin, but it was helped obviously by that $100 phone, I guess, that I just had sitting there. I kind of forgotten about it. All right, this is an Ion Tape Express. This looks pretty old school. It's got that old school mini USB, like before even micro USB, and obviously it's for cassettes, but it looks like it's for like converting cassettes to digital. And it's got a battery compartment inside here, and it does not look all corroded out. That would be my first worry. I'm still not going to test this thing. I don't have cassettes, but just kind of getting an idea of the condition. Seems like it's in great condition. So I'm just going to search Ion Tape Express, see what comes up. Ion Tape Express. Let's see if there's any value or any demand here. Sold. I'm going to go pre-owned or used. Seems like eBay uses those two completely. Yeah, almost no demand. And that's tested and working for 15 bucks, $2 plus shipping. This is getting donated. That's just not enough demand for me to justify the next couple of minutes. I could be listening to something else that I got more confidence in. So this is just a nice little power plug, or a nice little extension cord that I'll probably just use for myself. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. Put that in my personal pile. So yeah, can't complain about that. I have some tea. Do I have tea left over? No. That moment where you think you have tea left, but you drink it all. But I do have coconut water, so a little reminder to hydrate over here. Oh yeah, love seeing these. This is the Steam oh my gosh, yes. And I heard something rattling around inside, and it has the dongle as well, which are much harder to find. But this is the Steam controller, and it doesn't have batteries installed. Often these batteries are corroded. That looks pretty good. So let's get some fresh AA batteries in here. I think I sell this for about 40 bucks. Such an interesting design where it's just like two touch sensitive pads and just the one joystick. Really weird. All right, let's see. Yep, it's on, it's beeping, it's flashing. Right on. Again, there's just so few moving parts on this thing that, and often, these are just, you know, these are not only are they well built, but people just didn't have very much time to use these originally before the Steam Deck kind of went out of popularity. So most of these have like no signs of use. This looks brand new. I'm gonna put that back on. So I know I have a listing for that Steam controller, and I'm not sure about the dongle. We'll see. Yep, Steam controller. So that is going right here into E9. E9, and that's a $40 listing. Done. Just need to update the quantity to 1. You know, the more sales you get of a certain item, the more confidence you have it's going to sell again. Like this is just feels like money in the bank. I've sold this so many times before. So $341. I'm going to see if I've ever sold this dongle. I don't think so. I'm going to search that model number. Just Steam 1002. Nope. Check my solds. I don't think I've sold this in a while. These are hard to find. Okay, so I'm going to search on eBay for Steam 1002. I'm just going to search sold comps. Get this dongle. I love selling dongles, man. Something as small as this that can get 15, 20, 25 bucks. Yeah, perfect. Something like this. I'm going to sell it for, it's like $30, including shipping is like the high end for, hey buddy. Yeah, sure. Open your milk. Gotcha. I'm here to serve. Needs help opening a milk. All right, replacement dongle only. So my shipping price is $7, so my listing price needs to be $23, so the total is $30. So I'm going to list this for $22.99, or essentially 23 bucks. AI description is a go. Make sure I have dongle and receiver as well. And I also want to have USB here in the title. I don't need model. Hey buddy, what's up? You need what? My what? My mixer? Huh. Oh, yeah. This thing? Cool. Yeah, the mixer. All right, be careful with the liquids. That thing's very powerful, okay? He's mixing. He likes to make concoctions and potions. He needs my milk frother drink mixer thing. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. All right. USB dongle receiver only. Perfect. $22.99. It's you mixed it all. Is it so bubbly? Look at it. I don't know. Do you need a towel to clean it up?
Maybe.
Maybe. You know where the towels are, right here, right? You can use one of my towels. Like, do you need a towel to clean it up? He's all, maybe. I mean, if you don't do it, I gotta do it, bro. All right, $23 here. You are being careful with that? Well, I'm glad. Thank you. I asked you to be careful. That's so nice. And you brought it back when you're done?
Orange juice in it.
Orange juice?
Yeah.
Yum. Is it good?
I do some middle and it tastes so good.
It tastes so good. I'm glad to hear it. Good. I love when you do concoctions. All right, I'm going to keep doing a YouTube video. Why don't you go play? All right, what else we got here? I try not to pick through, but I'm seeing this. I should just do it. Oh my gosh. This thing is it's really broken. This is going to be a donate, actually. These have really low demand anyway. This is the Ouya. There's some really funny YouTube videos. This is one of the greatest console video game failures of all time, called the Ouya console. So, we'll see. This is a nice little tablet. Oh, but it has a proprietary charger, so it must be really old. It's not even micro USB, or certainly not USB-C. So it's an old Samsung Android tablet, so I'm not going to bother with that. It's not going to be worth much if it's so old that it's not USB-C or micro USB. So that's getting donated as well. Here's a Apple Magic Mouse. This is fun. I'm going to go close this door. It's too tempting to come in here. Hey, buddy, I'm going to close this door for a minute, okay? All right, let's get some AAA batteries. Hey, that's life. That's life working at home. I don't have a lock on my door, but I do close it occasionally and just hope less people come in. So I see a little bit of that residue from an old battery here on the back of the battery covers. I'm just giving that a wipe real quick. And we'll see how this goes. Oh, this needs AA's, not AAA's. So this is, what model is this? Is this just like the first generation Magic Mouse? I'm actually not seeing the A whatever model number. Oh, here it is. It's on the, here we go, A1296. Okay, cool. It's on the battery back, not the item itself, which is kind of weird. All right, good. I see blinky lights. DOS is good. So I just need to search the model number here, A1298. The click feels good. Give it some wipe in here. A1298. I guess I'm gonna have to go A1298 Apple. Usually that's enough. Go to solds. Nothing. Is that right? Oh, A1296. No wonder. Oops. How that seemed off. There should be 1 million of for every single Apple device. There should at least be 1 million listed. So I see $16. No battery cover, $12 plus shipping. Yeah, okay, cool. Looks like around 20 bucks. So I'll sell this for $12.99. And for the picture, I'm going to separate everything. So I'm going to show that they are getting the batteries, the battery cover, and the mouse itself. Just to make it really clear for the customer here. Okay, cool. That way in that first picture, you see exactly what they're getting. Close up of the model number here. Close up of the battery compartment. Also kind of helpful. If you start with the batteries out, you can show the customer what the battery compartment looks like. Another picture with it on. Perfect. Okay. Condition used. This is going in E9. Okay, and I'm going to do this for $12.99. It looks like total value can probably get around 20 bucks for this. So $12.99 plus $6.99 shipping, which means I get to add 13 to this, puts us at 77. That's lucky, 377. Okay, cool. All right, let's get a few more items listed here, and then I'm going to transition to starting my weekend, having some fun with the family. So what else we got here? Got a Chromecast with Google TV. So I don't know, just a box. Let's see what's inside. Looks like everything's in here. The remote's in here. Yeah, this is actually open box. And why is there? But there's an Apple cable inside. This is like a genuine Apple Lightning cable. So that's where it gets weird. This does include the remote and the Google TV. So I'm just going to search that. Chromecast, Google TV. See if there's listings for like each of them individually. Chromecast with Google TV. Yeah, that's what I have. I mean, I could just include a power supply. Yeah, it needs a USB cable. This is a lightning cable. That is so funny. Okay, so I think it looks like a complete one sold for like 45. Yeah. Okay, I just need to include a USB cable. So I'm just gonna take these out so I can show. I mean, obviously, these are literally open box right out of the container here. Still got the original batteries, looking good. So I've got these two, but I need to find a power supply and a USB cable. Thankfully, I have those things. Let's see here. So I'm gonna find a nice looking. This actually might be from Chromecast. This nice USB-C cable, so I'll include that. And I think I have some extra USB power supply portions in this drawer. So I got the cable. I don't know if it says the power requirements on here somewhere. I didn't see. I just need to make sure I'm getting one that was going to provide enough power. This on USB one provides 2.4 amps. That should be more than enough for this Chromecast. All right, so now we've made our own little bundle that I can sell for 45 bucks. I want to make sure I include the model number of the Chromecast here. And I'm just going to copy this listing and maybe undercut it by $1, so like $37.99. Actually, that'll be matching the price, but I think that seems good. I'm also going to include the model number of this Chromecast, which is GZRNL. Oops, typo. GZ. Okay, cool. Yeah, great. So just take a picture of everything here. Both sides. Very straightforward. It's going to go in a Ziploc baggie. And again, this is something that could have turned into a project, and I've hopefully gotten it in and out of my life efficiently in a couple of minutes here. That's a $38 item, you know? I had all the other pieces that I needed right here in the room. Made it really easy. My extra USB stuff right here. My extra USB cables over there. So I'm just going to update this price to $37.99. Offers, yes, as always. Shipping $6.99 will be fine. So we're at plus 38, which puts us at 407 and then 415. Nice. And recycle all these packing materials. That's garbage. This is a nice little lightning cable. Keep that. Make sure to update the SKU, E9. And I think that's enough to get this item listed. Boom. All right. This is one of those beach volleyball games, Dead or Alive, Extreme 2. I'm going to see if this is worth anything or if it needs to go into a bulk lot. Extreme 2 Xbox 360, yeah, that's what I need. Hey, this looks like it might have some value. Throw this on the Resurfacer that I just started up here, and it's got some Sharpie on the front. I'm gonna have to try to rub off with my alcohol and cloth. But yeah, disc only for 23 bucks plus $2 shipping. Yeah, I'll take it. So awesome. So I'm gonna throw this on the Resurfacer real quick while I draft this listing. Game disc only with case. So it's a generic case, but it does include a case. So I'm gonna be able to sell this. Looks like it was selling for around 25 bucks. Disc only. So I'm gonna go $17.99 plus shipping. AI description. By the time I get all this done, that disc should be done. It's a 30-second process for that disc up there. So let's go grab that. Okay. I'm gonna take a microfiber cloth, just double check it. Yeah, looking absolutely perfect. I do need to address, it's like, I don't know what, some kind of weird identifying number on the top here. So I'm gonna start it off with just some alcohol in a microfiber cloth. And yeah, I think that's working great. I'd be really hesitant to use a magic eraser because that could take off, you know, the paint and the actual art on this thing as well. Let's see how much of this I can get off. I'm worried there's still going to be a residue of this number on here, but it looks like it's not a phone number. So I don't know, some weird serial number or something. Yeah, okay, so that's still on there. I'm going to drop the price significantly for that reason. This is going to be for someone who wants to play it and not necessarily a collector. I'm also going to be dropping the condition to acceptable here. Acceptable. And we're going to drop this all the way down to $11.99 just to reflect that. Let's get this thing listed. Still 12 bucks. Somebody might want it. You never know. There's a buyer for everything. I try to get at least 6 good photos, especially of the bottom. Get that nice mirror finish. Boom, done. Done and dusted. All right, so it's another $12. Puts us at $427. You know, I gotta love everything with 420, and I think we're gonna be done. 427, love it. Listed value, we're out of here. I'm gonna go enjoy my weekend. I hope you do as well. Hope you got some work done, and I'll see you next time. This is Joe, Profit First Reseller. See you in the comments. Peace.